fellow diecasters. Welcome to another insane episode here on Diecast Insanity. Today I thought we would get back to doing our first edition reviews. We're on 2002. We're in that early 2000 time frame where there was not a lot of licensed cars. So we're going to see a couple of these reviews where there's 42 cars released that year, and I may only have anywhere from 8 to 10 of them. And it's because there wasn't a whole lot of licensed stuff or stuff that really talked to me to buy. So today we are doing 2002. Where's my phone? Oh, there we are. There was 42 new cars this year, and out of those 42, I have 8. Out of those 8, one of them is Elijah's. One of them was one that came to us in a ROAK, and then the rest of them are all cars that I bought. One of them was one that I recently picked up from my friend Stan's father's collection that I didn't get when it was new, and so let's take a look and see what we got. Okay, so there is quite a few cars this year that I don't have that I'm probably going to have to go back and find. So we're using Wiki. Let's go to the first car on the list, which is the 40 Ford Coupe. Very cool car. This is what the first year edition looked like. Very cool. I don't know why I don't have this casting. I'm probably going to have to go back and pick this one up. But that was a pretty cool car at the time. So I didn't get that one. Here's another one that I don't have, the 57 Cadillac Eldorado Baham. This is what the first edition looked like. Not my kind of car. That's probably why I didn't pick that one up at that particular time. There was the next one was a 59 Custom Cadillac, which is a big car. These things are huge. But this was the first edition. Probably because I wasn't a huge Cadillac fan at the time. Probably I should go back and pick that one up. That is, thinking about it, that's a pretty cool car. The 68 Cougar, this is the 2002 edition. It's been changed since then. This came out in this beautiful green. Another one that I probably should have had, but I don't have that one. I need to go back and re-get that car as well. Here's another one that I probably should pick up, the 69 Chevy. I have quite a few of these. I just don't have this particular one, which is all red with the PF5s. Pretty cool truck. Need to go get that one back. Or I never had that one. I need to go get that one. And then the Mini. Whoop, hold on. Slow down. The 2001 Mini, which I do not have this one. The first edition being in this yellow. I have Minis, I just don't have that one. And then we've got this. Come on, phone, stop. Okay, I hate when they do this. So we actually skipped that car. The 64 Rivera Pontiac. I don't have this one either. Another one I need to probably pick up. Probably I didn't pick that one up at the time because I wasn't really into that tempo scheme. Another one is the 40 Smooth. Now we had this car at one point, but I think it got destroyed. Elijah had this one, if I remember right. It got all banged up and dinged up. It's basically a take on the GT40. A new updated version of the GT40 before the Ford GT came out. So pretty cool there. So now let's take a look at the first one on the list. That I actually have. This is one that I picked up from my friend Stan's father's collection. This is called Altered State. This is the very first edition of the Altered State. As you know, later on, it appeared in Vintage Racing. Or no, not Vintage Racing. Probably under Drag Strip Demons as Mike Zarnock's Altered. But very nice car. Very cool. Love this thing. Glad I finally picked one of these up. Elijah has one. Actually, Elijah has a couple of these in his collection. And I thought it was really cool. And I went looking through went through Stan's father's collection and found the first edition of it. So it was pretty cool to be able to pick this one up. Very nice car. I love Altereds. Very cool cars. Next up, we've got Backdraft. Another one that I do not have the first edition of. Actually, I don't think I have any edition of this car with the surfboards in it in the back. So, don't have that one. Next up is the Ballistic, which is still, I believe, in production today. Let's see. Yeah, last seen in 2018 in a 5-pack. So, still around today. There's the first edition. Next up, we have the Corvette CR2. I do have one of these, but mine is 100% Series 1. Here is what the first one looked like. First edition. Red with silver, number 2. Probably going to need to pick up one of those as well. Then we've got the Custom Cougar, which was last produced in 2017. Another kind of interesting car by Hot Wheels there. There's the first edition. And then next up we have is one I have, and probably one of the coolest cars this year from 2001, and that is the Ferrari P4 race car. Really cool. Love this car. Very cool. This is one of the cars that went up against the GT40 at Le Mans. Very nice car. One of my favorite Ferrari race cars. Very nice. So next up after that is the infamous Honda Sprocket. If you guys watch Ghost Jerker, you know him and his fondness for the Honda Sprocket. So, not my kind of car. Next up is the HW Prototype 12, which in 2002, this is about their take on the McLaren. They eventually did, but this was probably based off of that car. We got the Hyperliner. Another one that I don't have. We've had a couple versions of this. Elijah's had a couple of these. Not this particular one. This is another one of the Hot Wheels cars that the body comes off on. Kind of a cool casting. I've never had one in the collection, but I may have to break down and pick that one up. There's the Hyundai Spider Concept, which is, to me, a very, very ugly car. So, never had that one. Kind of a concept car for Hot Wheels. Next up we have Eye Candy. Another really, really funky casting from Hot Wheels. There's that one. Not my cup of tea. Next up we have Jaded, which I do have a couple of these. I just don't have this one. But I do have a couple of these. I have a mystery issue of this car, but I don't particularly have that one. It's just kind of a cool, kind of a take on a Studebaker. And we've got Gestured, which is another fantasy casting from Hot Wheels. This is what the first edition looked like. Then next up we have probably one of the coolest cars ever, and the first ever Lancia produced by Hot Wheels, the Lancia Stratos. This is the first edition. This really cool red with the kind of Italian colors on the hood. The last time this appeared, I believe, was in the mystery cars. Yep, 2018, which I do have that one as well. That was the last time it appeared. This one here is probably the coolest version. I love that version right there. Kind of the, I can't remember the name of that airline, the Italian airline. Very cool, but nice Lancia. First of the Lancias. Now we're starting to see some more. Here's another one that I don't know why I don't have. Probably because I actually probably never found it. Is the Lotus Esprit. I do not have this particular Lotus, which I think I'm endeavoring to pick that one up. Definitely got to add that one to the Lotus collection. Then we have the only kind of street rod from this year. The Midnight Auto. Really cool street rod. Very, very nice car. I love this car. One of my favorites. I actually have another one of these in the package, actually. Really nice. Very, very sweet. So there's that. And then next up we have this Motocrossed, which there's been quite a few versions of this. Last produced in 2009. Had a run from 2002 to 2009. There it is right there. Kind of an off-road concept from Hot Wheels. And then we got the Nissan Skyline, which I do have a version of this. First seen from 2002 to 2016 and then retooled in 2016. That's when it went from a plastic wing to a metal wing. And then this is the first edition of that car. So really nice car. I do have one. I probably should pick up that first edition. I'd love to have the first edition. I've got both a plastic wing version, which was a mystery car, and then I do have a metal winged version. This another one that I don't have, and this one's probably one you should pick up just to say you have, because it was only produced for 2 years, 2002 to 2003. This is the Nissan Z from 2002. There's only three different versions of this car. First one being this silver. And this is different from the other 300Z casting. So, and then this is the other one, which I think was from Cop Rods. So, then there's two different versions of that. So that's kind of a neat one to pick up. Just simply it might be worth something down the road because there's not a lot of versions of that particular car. Then we've got the Nomad or what? Which is kind of a take on a Nomad. We have one of these. I've been toying with making a custom of this car. It doesn't have the plastic on it, and we don't have this particular version, but kind of a neat car. I may have to look into picking that one up if I can find it. Okay, then we've got the Open Roadster. Another really funky concept from Hot Wheels. So, not my cup of tea. Probably why I do not have that car. Then we've got a cool. I picked this up because it's kind of based on the Chevelle. This one's called the Overboard 454. This is the first edition in this beautiful blue. Kind of Hot Wheels take on a modern Chevelle. It'd be really neat to see Chevy do a kind of a retro Chevelle, I think it would look really neat. So, really cool car there. And then next up we have the Ponied Up. This car's still produced. There's what the first edition looked like. Kind of Hot Wheels take on a modern Mustang. That's why it's called Ponied Up. Okay, next up is the Rocket Oil Special, which we do have. Picked this one up from this came in an ROAK. Still in the package. Got some stick-em on there, but this is the first edition of that car. Kind of cool, kind of a take on a Indy Roadster with a really big engine in it. Then purple. This is a very, very heavy casting. All metal sides, metal tanks. I believe in later versions of this car, these tanks became plastic. Produced from 2002 to 2010. But nice car there. One that may get opened down the road. Some cars I'm going to keep, especially if they're first editions, I'm going to keep them. Next up, we probably have this next to the Lancia and the Ferrari. This is probably the next coolest car released that year. This is the Celine S7. Very nice car. I love the Celine. I love the S7. Very, very nice car. This car, believe it or not, is not in production anymore. Last seen in 2011. And that was in Speed Machines. Was the last time we saw it. And we haven't seen it since. So, not sure what's going on there. There was a couple releases in Speed Machines. There's 2 releases in Speed Machines, and that's the last time we saw it. So, nice car. Love the Celine S7. Very nice design. Very sweet car. Then we've got, next up after that, we've got the side drifter. This car here. We got Slingshot. This is the first edition of it. And we have Super Smooth, which is a car I don't understand why I don't have this truck. Really beautiful looking truck. I'm definitely going to have to pick this one up for the collection, particularly the first edition truck. Really nice. I believe this is based on a Dodge truck. Really nice. Really, and it's beautiful blue as well. So it's definitely one I need to add to the collection. Especially that first edition. Then we have the Super Tsunami, which is basically Hot Wheels' take at the time on the Supra. I do have a version of this car. For some reason the phone's working really slow. There's 2002 first edition. The one I have is actually a Super. or not a Supra, but a treasure hunt from 2002. Or 2003, I mean. This is the one I actually have right there. But that's kind of Hot Wheels' take on the Supra. I believe because at the time they didn't have the Toyota license to produce. Then we've got Sid Mead's Centennial 400 Limo, which I think this car is based on a car from Total Recall. So really cool car. Kind of neat, kind of cool. I might have to pick that one up. Then we're getting down towards the bottom here. We've got Tantrum. Which is this car here. Kind of cool car. We've got a couple versions of this car around the house. Might have to pick one of those up. Not too bad for a fantasy casting. And then next up, we have Torpedo Jones, which this is Elijah's. Elijah's getting rid of a lot of his fantasy castings, so I think we're gonna see if he wants to keep this one. If he doesn't, then I'll take it because it's a really cool car. I believe this is based off of the Beast of Turin, but really cool, old-fashioned car. Very, very big car. If you guys want to take a look at, just look up Beast of Turin. An Italian car, very cool. Has made several appearances at Goodwood. Really nice. I'm just kind of neat that Hot Wheels did this, and I think this is their take on that car. But very, very cool there. Give you guys another shot, a look at that. So, really nice there. And then last but not least, why did it do that one? I think we got one more here. My phone a chance to catch up here. We got two more after the Beast of Turin. We've got the Toyota RSC, which was a concept from Toyota at the time. Which is this car right here. This is the first edition. Kind of an off-road concept from Hot Wheels, or from Toyota. And then last but not least, we have the Volkswagen New Beetle, which I do have a couple of this casting. I just don't have the first edition of this casting. And that right there is the first edition. So that's all the first editions from 2002, from what was actually released and what I have. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys get some ideas on what cars that you want to pick up from it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope gives you an idea of, I hope this series kind of gives you an idea of what came out, what year, what you might like to pick up and everything. Next up in the series would be 2003. I will admit, I will say to you guys that this will get better as it goes along. I do have... we're in a time frame where there wasn't a lot of real cars released by Hot Wheels. There was a lot of There's a lot of fantasy castings through this time frame. We're getting into that point where there'll be a lot of the what Hot Wheels called blings and tuned and all of that stuff. We'll have to take a look at what we got, and we'll get that one, and we'll show you guys what new releases were from that year. So hope you guys enjoy this. Hope you guys have had a great week. Hope you enjoyed the haul video from earlier, and I hope you enjoyed this week's 3 for Thursday. There'll definitely be another one of those up next week. And we'll be back next week with the bi-weekly featured car. And then the week after that, we might be working on a new custom, or working on the older custom that I started. That one's kind of in hiatus. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with that car and how to do certain things with that one. There's another one that I want to do that I might show you guys what we're going to do. But I hope you guys have a great week. I'm out. And remember, leave some on the page for the collectors in your area, because they like to find these cars too. And just enjoy the hobby and have fun. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.